Hey guys, this is Doc and Bean,
I'm Dot. She's B.
and we are a traveling couple that brings you exclusive interviews, the latest tips, tricks, and travel information. And today we have Lauren and Julie. They're early retirement travelers and YouTube creators with nearly 30,000 subscribers and 30 million views. Since March 2020, they've been living the dream as Nomad Expats, embracing a slow travel lifestyle. Having visited at least 47 countries, they immerse themselves in local cultures, they build community, and examine the cost of living. Join us to explore an incredible journey and gain valuable insights into a life of full time slow travel. Welcome, Lauren and Julie.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Bean.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Glad to join you today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're so happy to have you on with us today.
All right, so let's get right to it.
Okay.
You slow travel. Explain to everyone, audience, what exactly slow travel is.
Okay, well, let's start off with today. We are talking with you from Germany. We are on the Baltic coast, just north of Kiel, Germany. Julie likes her cooler summer, so we go to a cool area. But we are staying here for a month. We were previously in Copenhagen for shy of a month. The idea is that we are going places and we're trying to see what it's like to actually live somewhere. We're not the vacation travelers that go in and we spend 2 days somewhere, jump on a plane, go somewhere else for 3 days, and then somewhere else, and we're running around and all you're doing is taking photos of the iconic sites or going to the museum. We're trying to see what it's like to actually go to the grocery store, get to know who your bakers are, get to see some of the vendors on a regular basis at the farmers markets, living like a local, see what it's actually like to be part of the community. And and we slow travel, and we started off in South America when COVID started, so we kind of had that came to a screeching halt in a way. We did Ecuador for 9.5 months. It wasn't supposed to be that way, and it kind of derailed a lot of our slow travel through South America at that point. And we jumped to Europe because we have 2 dogs that we travel with. One we rescued in Ecuador, and she's a little bit large to put on a plane, so we decided we would go to Europe and we would travel by car from location to location, so we don't have to keep putting her onto a plane on a regular basis.
Which makes us a lot different than most slow travelers because we have the car. So the one thing that I had the worst trouble with was my back, because the mattresses in so many places were they're painful. And so we almost quit. And one day I said, Warren, you know what? Let's budget planning on, if I have to give them away every single solitary month, I will, a mattress topper. It's been a game changer.
And that travels in our car, folds up into a big duffel, and we roll it out, her piece of foam to have on the bed in our Airbnbs. And there's so many things to tell you about slow travel. Staying in an Airbnb for a month in Europe is you typically will get 40-50% discounts on a lot of places. And so we plan our travels far out. We typically looking for location and what kind of rates and discount we can get. Our slow travel retirement has come in to be so much lower than we ever thought it would. We basically live on 30-40% of what we thought things would cost. We're looking at people that are on a typical couple Social Security budget would actually be able to afford to live the lifestyle we're living. And it's not that we're trying to be low budget travelers as we slow travel. It's just the nature of the beast that, we're not trying to put ourselves in the middle of Paris or the middle of Berlin, and we're not going to 5-star hotel restaurants every night. We are going to local places and experiencing local cuisine, and we go to the grocery store. We eat 3/4 of our meals in our own kitchens.
Yes.
We take picnics all over the place, great picnic locations all over Europe along rivers and national parks. We go hiking.
Slow travel is the opposite of vacationing. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. When they set off to do this, they say, oh my gosh, I've got to go see every castle. I've got to go see every church. I've got to see everything. Frankly, it gets monotonous. And
Yes.
so it is, it's a very different style of life. And we personally chase the weather because we have such differences in our weather dreams.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah. You like the cool, Julie. Warren likes the heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we actually do have a home base. We did buy a home initially in Montenegro, a small country on the Adriatic of 600,000 people. I know many of your viewers probably don't know where Montenegro is. A lot of our viewers from our channel probably learned about Montenegro because of us. And it's a great little country on the Adriatic, and that's our home base. So we will go back there and we recharge our batteries there, so maybe we'll stay there for a month or two, but we don't have residency there. So we do, if we go there, it's for 90 days or less, and then we are on the road again, and we have to stay out of the country for more than 90 days. And, 90 days is something that's, if you're going to slow travel, you need to understand how some of these countries are working, because a lot of countries will give an American 90 days to stay, then you have to leave for 90 days. But most of Europe is part of what's known as Schengen. And the Schengen zone is a group of 29 countries that we have to look at as one country. So just like you look at the 50 states in America as one country, somebody comes in, they've got 90 days in the United States, and they have to leave for 90. We have to look at the whole Schengen zone of 29 countries as one country. We can only be in the entire zone for 90 days every 180. So we end up spending more time in the non-Schengen countries. So Montenegro is not Schengen, Serbia is not Schengen, Turkey, Albania. These are countries we can go to and recharge our Schengen clock. So that's why Montenegro as a home base is works for us. And we can easily take a ferry from Montenegro if we want and go right over to Italy, or we can go across the border to Croatia. But there's so many places you can jump off to from that eastern region of the Balkans. We thought Ukraine was going to be a fantastic place to come and go from before the war. We were there 6 months before the invasion, and we loved Lviv. And we thought that was going to be a optimal place to jump in and out. I do have to ask you one quick question. We have a window slightly open. Can you hear the people outside gardening? And do we need to shut? Okay, I'm sorry. So just want to make sure. I'm hearing the weed whacker going. I hope this isn't coming through to you.
No, I don't hear it at all now.
But on the on the non-Schengen side of the continent, these are fairly inexpensive countries that we can go to and have a really great quality of life and not spend a whole lot of money. Yeah. Romania and Bulgaria just joined the Schengen, so they're the latest two countries to join. So they took the Schengen map, or came onto the Schengen map, I should say. And on the other side of the continent, you have Ireland and UK are not Schengen as well. And the UK you can actually go to for 6 months if you would like to as well. UK, of course, is much, much more expensive than the other side. So we see a lot of people gravitate going the other direction, especially if they're trying to be budget conscious. They can spend a little on these countries and go spend a lot when they go to places like Denmark or Amsterdam or to Paris. Then you have more money. You can kind of spend less at one time, spend more later.
Right. Yeah, because we just spent time in Copenhagen, so we can tell you it is a pricey city.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And driving by car is also a great way to experience Europe. So we have a car that we have through our corporation that we opened in Bulgaria. The corporation makes no money. We paid our setup fee. We have an attorney that takes care of things on the ground over there in case we somehow get a ticket or something. And we come back once a year and we do our inspection. We get our new registration for the year, new insurance, and then we're on the road for a year. So once a year we have to go back to Bulgaria. But otherwise we drive that car around like it's ours, but we are officers of the corporation. So as officers of the corporation, we drive our company car around Europe, and it's turned out to be a great way to do things so we can travel with more than just trying to put a few things in a suitcase and jumping on a plane and paying for the luggage. We we travel with Julie's mattress topper, for example. That you don't want to try to bring a mattress topper on a plane, but
Listen, that's important.
Yeah.
yes, yes. So we've kind of wrote our own book on things. People weren't talking about how to do this when we retired. We had to fall back and listen to vacation travelers, and sometimes
Yeah.
there'd be expats that lived in certain countries that would tell you about their particular country, but there wasn't anybody out there painting the whole slow travel brush of how do you live in multiple countries. And we became slow travelers, as you were hitting on, because Julie and we disagree on too many things, and we
Like the weather.
Yeah, like the weather.
we could not find our happy place.
We still really can't. I mean, it's chasing the weather all the time.
Yeah, and so we have an agreement. I get up until July 1 to be warm. And then she goes and finds her cold place for July and August. And then September, I can get some say-so again to get...
It's all about balance.
Yes. She gets the hottest 2 months and destroys my summers, but I still get that June and the September.
We're on the same page when it comes to that, so that's good. But you said, because I think when people hear Europe,
Right.
it's totally out the question because people think it's so expensive.
Right.
How can I do this? And that's why I like your channel, because you show that it's so doable on a retirement budget, on a Social Security budget. And you said you bought a home in Montenegro. So how was that process? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a bit arduous. There's a lot of bureaucracy, just like all of the European countries, just about. Our first one was 2016, and we paid for all of that through power of attorney, with an attorney, and that was the best money we ever spent, because when we did it again in 2023, it has been a nightmare for us because we don't speak the language, and there's complications. I'll give you one quick example. We went in to work on getting the deed for the house 1 year later than we bought it in cash, and unfortunately, we decided it was a hot day. It was in late May, early June. And we walk in and we both got shorts on and sandals. Normal thing you're used to as an American citizen.
Right.
You walk around like this a lot. The guy says, nah. And we're like, what? He points to this thing, this piece of paper that shows us what we cannot be wearing. And shorts are one of them. And sandals are another.
So going into the government building, you had to have your pants on and not.
We fought an hour and a half of traffic to get to this building in the heat. We walked. We did everything we were supposed to do.
So when we fought the hour and a half traffic, let's go here in Montenegro. It's very popular. It's a popular vacation place. I know a lot of Americans are unaware of Montenegro. Very popular. The typical route from our home to where we would be doing this paperwork would maybe be a 15, 16-minute drive. But there's a lot of traffic congestion during the tourist season. And as that ramps up, and they're trying to expand the roads, which doing construction to expand these roads has exacerbated the bad situation. So that's why we ended up so much time in traffic. So having to go back and do this all over again is a bit of a headache. And
long story short, after 6 attempts, we have managed to get the deed to our house.
Yeah, so we have bought and sold and bought a home in Montenegro, and we will tell you that if you were to buy a home overseas, you want somebody that's going to be holding your hand and doing things for you.
Yes.
We bought our second home without doing the power of attorney and having our local attorney do everything for us, which we had no idea how much she did for us in 2016. We thought, we'll just do this stuff. And we wasted so much time, so many trips back and forth to different things. It would have been better off just to have paid our attorney who spoke the language, that could pick up the phone, have everything happening for her.
And she knows everyone.
Yes.
That's a big thing there.
Yes. So work with the local professionals.
Yep.
Yeah, throw money at the issue and let them, that's what
Yes.
sometimes works the best,
Yeah.
So
So the home you have in Montenegro, do you rent it? Is it vacant when you're not there?
Yeah,
A little of both.
Yeah, yes. In the summer months, it's very popular. We actually did a home swap, and so not only do we have like our regular Facebook group, we just started a home swap group. It's WJT Schengen Shuffle House Swap.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a long-term house swap anywhere in the world for more than 30 days, you can go there and put your home up and see if somebody else somewhere in the world would like to swap out with you. So that's a newer group than our regular Facebook group that we have. But we had a successful swap in Copenhagen. We're going to be swapping for 90 days for a house in Tuscany in the winter. So we'll be spending 90 days in a beautiful part of Tuscany, and she'll be coming to our house for 90 days, and we'll travel with our 2 dogs there. She's bringing her 1 dog over to our location. But we do Airbnb our home out if we're not doing a swap with it. And we try to use our home to where it actually offsets some of our costs for our own Airbnb. So having that house there, it helps to mitigate those additional expenses. But when we do our budgets and show people what things cost, we don't utilize like when we're paying for an Airbnb, we're not saying, hey, the source of the money is over here. We're trying to explain what slow travel actually costs. So if it costs 1,200 euros for a place for the month, or 1,000 euros for a place for the month, we let you know what that is.
Yep.
And when we actually go back to our home, we try to, when we're doing those months into our annual average, we try to go with what would a typical person be paying for an Airbnb at that time of the year in our area, so that our dollars and our numbers are true, that we're not just omitting that, okay, we were in Montenegro for 4 months this year, and we paid utilities and this, but we didn't pay for rent or something. So when we say that we are getting by on $2,900 a month, and I shouldn't say getting by, that's not our budget, that's our expenses. When we're saying it costs us $2,900 a month on average, and that's a 4-year average actually, and our most recent year was below our 4-year average. When we give that 4-year average, it's not trying to sugarcoat the numbers by any means at all. That actually also includes our international health insurance in there as well, that we spend $240 a month for international health coverage. So this is inclusive of our fuel. Our annual average out includes our $300 some euros that we spend on car insurance for the year, not for the month, for the year. And of course, our car is paid for, so there's not a car payment in there or anything like that. But we include what our costs are for fuel and transportation. And if we have a mechanical breakdown as we're driving or something, like we have to replace a clutch in Albania, that was what, $400?
That was incredibly inexpensive.
Yeah, so we share that and put that into our budget, and sometimes we'll put those up into the one-offs if it's a one-off category. But life is a lot less than we ever dreamed.
And to be honest, we could spend a whole lot more than we do, and it's easy to spend more than we do if we wanted to. It's just, we're not going to go out to Michelin star restaurants every night, and if you did, even in Europe, you're definitely going to be paying.
And we're also not always staying in the hot spots for tourism.
No.
So we're north of Kiel, Germany right now, in Schickelsee, Germany, and former site of the 1972 Olympics sailing competition. We're near the old Olympic Village, and we have beaches out near here. But the people that are coming out here, they might be coming up here from Hamburg or something. They're not coming from around the world to come here, and so we are going to restaurants that are decent restaurants, but we're paying the prices that the local Germans would be paying. We're not paying the tourist prices.
So you mentioned 2,900. That was your expenses, averagely, your expenses. But did you have a budget? Was it higher than that before?
Yeah, well, we sh- if you want to say what is our top budget, if we wanted to go up to eight a month or so, yeah, we could do
Hmm.
that. But
Hmm.
we're not. You know, we don't need to. Um, and that's
Because you're
that was
living comfortably at
yes.
2,900. This is comfortable.
We are in a two bedroom right now here, and we've got our living room, two bedrooms, kitchen, and we are. I, what is this one here for the month?
1,080, I believe, is what we're paying on this one, and it was 70% off. She had a really, really good deal. We got it way ahead of time. It's a house, and she's taken a portion of the house and made it into a full apartment. So you're not living like in a bedroom or something. This is a
Right.
full house. We have,
Hmm.
I mean, it's nice, you
Yeah.
know. It's in a real neighborhood. There's no hotel vibes to this one whatsoever. Have we had bad stays? We've had a few, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't call anything we've had other than one a nightmare.
Mhm.
And for the most part, unfortunately, Airbnb has risen 40% since we started.
And remember to hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video to inspire others to experience the world of travel. Remember, every journey is a tale to unfold and a memory to hold. See you in the next video.